Ladies and gentlemen, 60 Minutes, in honor of a brand new book by Andrew Ross Sorkin about 1929, has made a video called Worrying Similarities Between Wall Street Today and 1929's Pre-Crash Market, which sounds extremely interesting, and I wanted to watch it with you. So let's see what's going on.
Stocks took a nosedive on Friday after President Trump threatened a big tariff hike on China.
They're already back, first of all. Let's not get our kilts in a bunch. Yeah, they're already back. He already backed down a bit. On Friday, he's like, China will not get away with this. They will not let this stand. They have made a big mistake. And then on Monday, or on Sunday, he was like, Xi Jinping's a good guy. He made a little mistake, but who doesn't, you know? But he's a good guy. We're going to get this figured out. We like China. That was quick.
Is he alerting us that what's been happening in the markets lately is a replay of what led to the most devastating financial collapse in our history?
Yeah, first of all, interesting setup. I do want to say, writing about 1929, even if there was no similarities between now and then, would still be very interesting. That's not running out of news to cover. It's like a fascinating time. Anybody who's interested should read or learn more about 29 and other great financial collapses and bubbles. And even if it doesn't play out the same way in the future, there's a lot of parallels between how humans respond to incentives, to greed, to corruption, to FOMO. You know, all these things have played out over and over again throughout all of human history. And you could learn a lot by looking at previous financial bubbles, even if this one's different in many ways.
I'm anxious that we are at prices that may not feel sustainable. We are either living through some kind of remarkable boom, part of that's artificial intelligence and technology and all of that, or everything's overpriced.
Okay, so he's fake. He's fake. He doesn't understand that Sora is awesome. You can make SpongeBob smoking weed and getting arrested by a cop at the same time. You don't understand that ChatGPT can literally do my homework. I feel like he doesn't get it. What kind of rollie does Andrew Ross Sorkin have? I don't know. His watch certainly isn't like glistening with diamonds. I'm not seeing any shine on it, so how can we trust him? I will say though, his response is fine, but her question was like, the stock market's up now. It was up then. I'm seeing a parallel. It's like, well, okay, the stock market can be up without it being a crash. Like, it's not, just because it's up doesn't mean it's 1929. It's that it's so extraordinarily, so quickly up. The fact that it's rising on, you know, seemingly shaky ground. That's the crazy part. The part where it feels, I don't know, like FOMO. Like people are like piling in because other people are piling in. It's like, it's a self-reinforcing cycle.
We're always being undone by bubble.
I like Andrew Ross Sorkin. Why do you look like a lizard? What is it? Is it just the shadow? Bro, it looks like he's like, he's got like an X-Men. Is it a condition? It's a medical condition? Oh, I'm so sorry. That's crazy. Is that real though? I can't tell if you guys are joking. I gotta look it up. Oh no, he has an eye condition, but it just changes the color of one eye. This is a shadow, right? He does have an eye condition, but that's not what I'm talking about because his other photos don't have this. He has one brown eye, one blue eye. That's a shadow. Okay, well, it looks crazy, right? Anyway, probably not relevant, but that
1929 was a sugar rush using a newfangled concept to take on debt called credit.
Crazy newfangled credit. Now we have we've advanced a lot since then. We no longer have credit. We have buy now, pay later, vendor financing. We've changed the name, so it's way different.
And it was really General Motors that basically came up with the idea that we're going to lend you money so you can afford to buy our cars. And then the bankers realized what's happening, and they realized that they can lend out money so that more folks can buy stocks. Access.
Well, look, as with all things, it's like creditworthiness and risk. Somebody lending you money to buy a car is not necessarily bad on its face. Like, it's fine. If you can afford to make the payments, it's fine. You get a car earlier, it probably makes your life easier. You probably get a job you couldn't get before. There's benefit to that. I mean, a lot of people are in cars they can't afford. We have a huge auto loan problem in this country right now. So I don't want to say like I'm totally on the side of people loaning people money for cars, but in theory, it's fine. People loaning you money to buy stocks is crazy. It has been crazy. It continues to be crazy. I hate it. People on Robinhood using leverage to make options bets is so stupid. I'm sorry, it's fine for crypto though.
Since then, laws, regulations, and agencies have been put in place to protect investors.
And they've done such a good job. And let me tell you, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has never been stronger. or more well-funded under our glorious leader, Donald Trump, and after the wise and steady hand of Elon Musk earlier this year. They went through with a fine-tooth comb and they made sure everybody at these consumer agencies have what they need to enforce and protect our citizens. And that is why fraud is dead in this country, okay? You can't get away with it. It's like Minority Report, dude. They can precog. They can figure out before you even think of the crime.
The SEC rules aren't as stringent anymore.
Yes. The Consumer Protection Bureau practically doesn't exist anymore.
Correct.
That's what
Oh, I guess I was wrong. Sorry. Yikes. I took a swing and defended my goat, Donnie T.
But historically, the average ordinary American wasn't really allowed to invest in the private companies. But in this flag of democratizing finance, there's a lot of people who want access to that.
We made a video called I Have to Warn You or something. And it's about how they are trying to democratize access to all these private investments for 401k holders and regular people. And it's just putting them into more risky situations they don't understand. Just more and more like hidden, opaque private equity companies where you can't see regular financial updates and you don't know how well they're doing. And they'll promise you it's going to be great. They promise you it returns a certain amount a year, but you could be taking on a lot more risk than you expect. There are more private equity firms in the US today than there are McDonald's. I don't know where you read that. It could be true. I think what you mean is like firms owned by private equity, which is like vets, nursing homes, plumbing companies that have been bought by private equity. I don't think actual private equity firms are that many. That doesn't make sense to me. It's probably a few big private equity firms buying a lot of small businesses. Okay, it's funny that a lot of you are saying the same thing, which means the guy that said I read really meant I saw in a YouTube video that everybody else saw. Like all of you are repeating the same fact, which means you all saw the same recent video, seemingly by how money works. And that guy's like, no, I read it. I just read.
Many people don't believe in capitalism anymore. And I think a lot of it is because they were not a part of the growth of the economy.
We went to Larry
People
Fink.
don't believe in it because of guys like this. It's frustrating to be in support of free markets when guys like this are around. They f up the whole vibe. I think people talk about wanting capitalism or free market. These five people will talk about capitalism, free markets. But what they really mean is like, as long as it's removing a rule that hurts me and establishing rules that help me. They want it until there's a competitor. They never actually want competition for themselves. They want to talk about competition, but they never actually want competition. They never actually want a lot of small businesses to have equal advantages to be able to. So it's frustrating because I don't feel like they're being genuine, but they tar and feather the good name of markets with their rhetoric.
CEO of BlackRock.
I was making fun of that guy, but now that I know he's the BlackRock CEO, oh, let me show some deference. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know how I was dealing. I didn't know I was dealing with a true American patriot and a hero.
As I wrote, there are many great opportunities to be
I'm
invested.
sorry. This is the same guy, right? This is the guy that did the holiday video. Am I crazy? This is the guy from my other video. I always forget the guys. They all look very similar. I'll be honest with you. That was Blackstone. Oh, he was a cameo. He was in that video, but he was a cameo. It was the other guy. Not all rich, all people look alike. I can say that because in exactly 4.5 years, when I shave, I'm gonna look exactly like this guy. Okay, you're gonna be unable to tell us apart. So I can say whatever the fuck I want about him.
The opportunity to invest in these private markets.
But they are risky, aren't they?
Yes.
Yes, but everything is risky other than keeping your money in a bank account overnight.
It's like reeking of booze, holding open the door to a beat up Ferrari that you stole, saying, get in, let's go for a ride. Isn't that risky? Everything's risky. You could just sit at home if you didn't want to have a little bit of risk. Okay, but there's levels of risk. And what you're talking about is highly risky for people that can't afford that level of risk. It's their life savings. They don't have other people's money to gamble with.
It wasn't that long ago that the big bankers, Jamie Dimon and Larry Fink, saying that crypto was stupid and a fraud.
I did say Bitcoin, because we were talking about Bitcoin then, was the domain of money launderers and thieves. But, the markets teach you have to always relook at your assumptions.
Oh, do they? So interesting.
There is a role for crypto in the same way there's a role for gold.
It's different. Larry Fink, you son of a bitch, it's different. Don't lump my glorious, precious gold in with your Shitcoin. They behave differently in times of stress. I don't like this guy, I'll be honest with you. I hate to say it in the year of kindness.
I'll give you a bizarre story of my own. I was on television with Larry Fink, and he makes a joke, I think, about how there should be a Sorkin coin. 2 hours later, somebody makes a Sorkin coin.
The Sorkin coin peaked at $170 million worth of trading.
Crypto is so stupid. It's one of the dumbest perversions of money since the dawn of time.
What role do you think these business leaders should be playing
That's
now?
a good interview too.
My own view is that most CEOs in America today are very scared to speak out publicly about anything. They are so worried that they are going to be attacked by the administration or regulated.
Rightfully so, right? That's not a crazy fear. That is exactly what has been proven. That's the meta. The meta is kiss ass or you won't be able to make trouble for your business. It's like mafia shit. It's like, better pay the protection money or things could go wrong for you. That's how it is.
But I can assure you, unfortunately, I wish I wasn't saying this, we will have a crash.
A good ending. And just true. You know, I really don't like when people imply that, 2008 was the last one ever. That's it. We figured it out and we'll never, ever, ever have the human problems of greed or FOMO or expansion of debt. They'll never bite us in the ass ever again. They happened for thousands of years, but we figured it out. I'm excited for this book. It comes out today. I mean, this is not a promo, but I'm going to read it and I'm probably going to make a video about it. I would love to do a video about 1929 in general. I feel like I haven't covered it. It would be cool to do a video historical and then of just breaking news. And I'd be really excited to do that. So I'm excited. And I'll pick it from my book club. That's what I'll do. I'll pick it for the Lemonade Stand Book Club.